Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Over the Ridgeline. Check this view out. Awesome. Here in Palmer, Alaska, and I am going to be upgrading my tires for the terrain. I'm going to give these a shot. They're very affordable, and from my understanding, they're actually very good for the application that I'd be using them for. I'm not a hardcore, crazy off-roader. Obviously, I'm on a Honda Ridgeline. That's not the most intense vehicle out there by any means. But for the type of terrain and everything that we're on up here, mud, clay, that kind of sticky material, I'm going to be going with some Patagonia MTs, Milestar MTs, and we're going to see how these work. I've heard some really good things about them, especially their price point, as long as they're rotated regularly. So I'm gonna give this a shot, see how they work compared to the Nitto Ridge Grapplers for this terrain. So, I say so a lot, don't I? We're gonna figure out how much better these are for this terrain, if any. We're gonna see how easy it is to go down the road, and I heard they're a lot quieter too, which I don't mind some road noise from tires. I kind of like it. It's kind of soothing for me. For the price point though, I don't think they're gonna be too shabby. So I'm excited. Stay tuned. I'll show you in just a little bit. All right, guys, Corks Auto, man, here in Palmer. Boom, man, that was quick. It was like 35 minutes they got these tires switched. Check this out. This actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited to give these a chance. They look pretty good on this Ridgeline. I've heard some pretty decent things about them, so I'm excited. Go get your apparel, renegadeheadquarters.com. I'm gonna mount these on some 17 Jeep wheels, because that's what I have right now, because there's still some tread on them. But I wanna have some spares, so I'm gonna have basically 4 spares, and I'll have 2 mounted at a time. That way when I'm going off-road, traveling, doing those things, just in case, I'd like to have one at least, one spare at least, that's full size, and this will be great. I'll be able to start learning how to, where to mount these and all of that. But man, it's gonna be great. I'm excited to test these out and really get moving with them. It'll be awesome. Definitely getting compliments on this truck too. Chris down here at Corks Auto got some pictures of it, and he gave a good compliment of this truck. He was just like, man, that is a sweet looking truck. Like, I've never seen someone lift it, put bigger tires, do this kind of thing to a Ridgeline. And I was like, actually get that a lot. A lot of people, I told them, I was like, yeah, usually when people are like, hey, what do you drive? I'm like, oh, it's a Honda Ridgeline. And they're like, what? And then I'm like, no, but look, it's a Honda Ridgeline. Like, I'm also got suspension coming, which is gonna be great. Should be here in a few weeks. Got the snorkel on it. I mean, that looks legit. So for all those out there, love or hate, you gotta respect the build, right? And you gotta respect the fact that, some people like things that you don't. I remember seeing this truck back in 2009 down in Florida. I remember seeing it and thinking it was like a mini Avalanche. It looked kind of dumb. And then I saw one in Florida and was like, whoa, what is that? Because he had offset wheels, he had them sticking out like this, kind of Baja style, and I don't think it was lifted very high, but it looked different. And so I was like, man, I like the look of that. And here I am, you know, 10 years later or so, have one, basically did that to the truck and taking it a little further. So hopefully this inspires some people that even if you have something that may not necessarily be the coolest truck or coolest vehicle stock, you can still make it look pretty cool, still make it look or perform well and function properly. So I hope you guys enjoy the reviews that are gonna be coming up on these tires. Something I want to show you is these 285/75. Where does it go? So 285/17. If you look, I still have clearance on the old stock struts, and these new ones that I'll be getting from Flat Out are only like yay, from my understanding. They're only like this big. So this whole thing is only, you know, a couple inches wide. Like, I think it's about the size of this, not this. And that's with the shock and the spring and everything is like this big, from what I have gathered. So, I mean, it'll cut this back all the way to here. Give plenty of room for bigger tires if we can figure out how to re-gear this thing and more power to the wheels without putting more stress on the transmission. But I mean, these look meaty. They'll definitely clean out a lot better than Nittos, than the Ridge Grapplers, at least in the mud that I'll be in. I'm excited. Got some good sidewalls. We'll figure it out. We'll find out how well they perform on Renegade. All right, so I just pulled out onto the highway, and I am actually very impressed already just with the sound. These are so much quieter than the Ridge Grapplers. That is pretty insane. You can still hear it a little bit, but that is significantly quieter. That's impressive. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a difference. So, first immediate review, or point, impressed with noise reduction. And brand new tires will be more quiet to begin with than used tires, typically. But these are more aggressive than the Nittos to begin with. So I was expecting them to be pretty close to the same, but they're not. So that's fantastic. They're only at 35 PSI right now. So I think they could go up a little bit, and it'd probably quiet them down even a little bit more, just because I'd be a little bit more on the center strip. So yeah, I'm impressed though thus far. Point 2, steering wheel is not shaking whatsoever. I should have done it before and showed you the shaking of the steering wheel around 50 to 55 miles an hour. But I haven't felt any shake in the steering wheel at all, and they're brand new. So, and I had those Nittos on for months and drove all the way from Utah to Alaska, and there was always shaking no matter what, because I had them balanced before I left, had them balanced when I got here, and they were shaking throughout the whole 3,000 mile journey, between about 50 and 60 miles an hour. So I haven't felt any shake in my steering wheel at all with this, which is fantastic. I didn't realize it was that bad until you go back to something really smooth and you're like, holy cow, that was horrible. It's not good to have that shake. So yeah, it's definitely beneficial. 2 benefits that I've picked up on in the last 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes of having these tires. So I think we're good. And it's not there anymore. Upon acceleration, nothing. So that's great. That's fantastic. Third point, going down a dirt road right now, and with those other tires, it's very clunky and stiff. Like these are going down this road like it's smooth. Hardly tell it's a dirt road. That is amazing. Maybe it's because they're brand new lug, brand new tires, so the lugs are full and